Hello, this is the Wise Owl 2 coming at you from the sea where I live. What you see before you is a candy bar, Snickers, capital Snickers. All around us we have chemical symbols and on signs or in products that we buy in the store. We have chemical symbols in our names. Names of our family members or pets. Names everywhere. Those have words and letters, you have chemical symbols. You have numbers for those chemical symbols. You have atomic numbers and atomic mass and everything else. So on the periodic table of elements. But the periodic table of elements has rules we have to go by. Being able to put letters and numbers in them and around them. Everything requires, believe me, everything requires to get those letters and numbers. You have to always, the chemists and the physicists and all those people in science have to do a lot of experiment, a lot of work, just to prove those theories and those facts and everything. So it's not easy, but there's rules that goes along with the periodic table of elements. Let's continue. This is for beginners. If you're advanced, you can join along if you want to. This is for chemical symbols in the beginning stages. We got the candy bar Snickers, right? So we got capital Snicker. So I'll go down here. S for sulfur, N, capital N for nitrogen, capital C for carbon, capital K for potassium, capital ER for erbium, and capital S. This looks like a deformed S, but S, they give the pen, for sulfur. If you notice that when you have one symbol, you can use it's capitalized. The S, the N, the C, the K, and the S. But the ER, only the first letter, and the E is capitalized, the second is small r. We have two letters to represent a chemical symbol in the periodic table of elements. The first letter is capitalized, and the second one is small. You'll learn this as you go along. Okay? We'll do it here. Okay, so I took Snickers, and I capitalized everything. Here it is. The S for sulfur, 16 atomic number. N for nitrogen, 7 atomic number. Capital I for iodine. Capital 3 atomic number. Do I have iodine here? No, I have to put iodine. I forgot to put iodine, so I'm going to put it here, the iodine, the I. It's for iodine. I apologize. For iodine. I know I forgot something. I for iodine. The kind you see, the kind or can I put an S-I-E here? I don't put it E, I put it here. Iodine. Okay? And so we got the I for iodine, which is 53 atomic number. Capital C for 6 everything here is capitalized. K for potassium. Keep that in mind. K is for potassium. Potassium is not a capital P. A K for potassium, and a capital E and a small r, because we have two letters that represents the atomic number. I mean the chemical symbol of erbium. And we got capital S and 16 atomic number with a capitalized. Is that all? Are we finished? No, we're not finished. We can keep all of this together, but we got to change this. See that S N I? You can play with that. We can take the capital S and make the S, and we can take the N for nitrogen and put a small s next to the large S to have a two letters to represent the chemical symbol of tin. This is tin. So I'm going to put it here. SN equals 10. You notice how the first letter is capitalized, the second letter is a small n? Yeah. And then you got capital I, the same as here. You got capital I for 53, 6 for carbon, everything remains the same. All this remains the same. You only change this. You see that? You only change the S and the N. See the S and the N? You change the S and the N. That's all you did. The rest remains the same. The rest remains the same. But then, is that it? No, we could change it again. We could take the S and separate it again and put it back here, capital S, and put 16 for sulfur. Then we took the N, the small n here, and we put it back to a capital N, and then we took the capital I and went to a small I and put it next to the N. Now we got nickel, capital N and a small I, a 28 atomic number for nickel. But everything else remains the same. 6 for carbon, 19 for this, for potassium, erbium 68, sulfur 16, everything remains the same. We just played around with this area here. See this area right here? We use all these, we changed this area here. Here it is right here. We went from capital SN, right here, capital SN. We change that to a capital S and a small n. You got that right here. And then we change that to a capital S, a capital N, and a small I, right here. This is how we changed it. I want to write all this down in the description box below, okay? Go to the description box below. And there you have the Snickers bar, okay? Remember, okay? And that's the Snickers bar. The Snickers bar, if you see one in the store, now you know. You can say to yourself, oh, S-N-I-C. Oh, sulfur, nitrogen, iodine, carbon, potassium, erbium, sulfur. Or you can go again, S and small n for tin. Iodine, carbon, potassium, erbium, erbium, sulfur. Or we can go again. Sulfur, capital S, sulfur, capital N, small I, nickel, 28, carbon, potassium, K, erbium, and yes, of course, the erbium is going to be a capital R and a small R. I mean, a capital E and a small R, right? Capital E and a small R, okay? Nickel is going to be a capital N and a small I. You know that, right? And a tin is going to be capital S and a small N. So that's what we did. Capital S, N, went down, we got a capital S and a small n. Then we went down, we got a capital S. We separate the N back to a capital N and a small I from iodine. We changed that to a small letter, a small I, and we got nickel, 28 for nickel. I'm gonna write all this in the description box below. Okay, go there. And here's the Snickers bar. If you see a Snickers bar, put it on your mind. Point to it, say those letters, and you start playing with the, you'll be knowing your chemical symbols before you know it. If you want to, you can also study and remember your atomic numbers, the way I write it down here. But if you're beginning, it's good for you to know these things and how to change them into other things, like SN, capital S and a capital N, change that into a capital S and a small n. Capital S, N, and I, you can change that to a capital S, capital N, and the I for nickel. Okay? You can do all that. But I'd rather you stick in the beginning with the chemical symbols, all right? The description box below with this, I'll rewrite all this, okay? Don't worry about it. In order to show the name of the chemicals, of the elements, all right? This Wise Out 2 coming at you from the sea where I live, over and out. And there's the candy bar. I'm going to eat that soon. You don't want to eat that, right? Have a good day. Over and out. Bye-bye.